I watched, you know what I'd never seen? Is a quick aside here. I mean, very quick, because we're like half an hour in. We haven't even talked about the announcement yet. But I had never in my life seen Big Mama's House until last night. Right? Because here's the thing, on like Hulu and Netflix, like all the streaming services, they always have the Big Mama's House sequels, right? And we always see them, and Brittany's like, oh, dude, I wish somebody had Big Mama's House, dude. I wish somebody just had Big Mama's House. Because, like, the last time she saw it, she was, like, 10 or something. You know, she was like, I used to really like Big Mama's House. So last night, we went in search of Big Mama's House, and we finally found it. And we watched it. It was my first time watching it. It was her first time watching it in, like, almost 20 years. And, like, it was so bad. Like, it's so bad for so many reasons. Like, Martin Lawrence, he's a cop, you know, like he's an FBI agent, and he's dressed up as like these people's family. Like this lady who has a kid, like she comes to stay with Big Mama because she's on the run from her ex-boyfriend who just broke out of jail, right? Who's, by the way, Terrence Howard, like from Empire, which is really funny. But like anyway, she's living with Big Mama for a little while, and you know Martin Lawrence is posing as Big Mama. And, like, there's this scene where he pulls the kid aside by himself, this, like, 7 or 8 year old kid. He pulls him aside, and he's like, you know, you can trust your Big Mama. I'm your Big Mama. You can trust me and tell me what's really going on. It's like, you work for the FBI. This is an FBI agent who is, like, the protagonist, like, the hero of the story, who is trying to pry information out of this child. It's so weird. It's such a weird movie. Oh, man, like, it's just, it doesn't work anymore. Like you don't like Martin Lawrence in that movie because like every time, like he does it to her too. Like he does it to the woman with the child, where she's like she's like the love interest. So he's like trying to like do her. it's 100% lust at first too. Like there's no like involved at first. He's trying to like get with her, and also he's trying to like manipulate her into telling him what's really going on. He's an FBI agent, like, posing as her grandmother's. It's so weird. Like, it's so weird. just don't watch Big Mama's House. Anyway. I love when they say the name of the movie. You really sold us all on watching. Yeah, you're all going to go watch it now. Because, like, it's, especially in a modern context where you're just like, he's a cop. He's trying to manipulate them into... It's a child. He's trying to manipulate the 7-year-old child. He's just lying. I swear, dude. And like immediately, the movie opens with like Martin Lawrence doing Asian face, and that's not a good way to like open the movie. It's not. It's just there's so many things. Just like kind of, just really don't. It just do not work. Best part of the movie is Anthony Anderson. Anthony Anderson is in this movie, and he is just killing it. He steals like every single scene that he's in. You can tell, it was like 20 years ago, but you can tell Anthony Anderson was going to be a star. Like, Anthony Anderson understood the assignment, and he's just like murdering it. He's really good. If you thought it was bad watching Norbert, I haven't seen Norbert in probably 20 years. So they used to play it on Comedy Central, and yeah, it looks pretty bad. In my memory, it's pretty bad. I think it's going to be good, because it's like, isn't that the one that's like Steve Martin and Eddie Murphy? And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of like really ableist stuff in that movie about it. And from the modern context, and even back then. So yeah, I mean, it's Eddie Murphy in a dual role with Steve Martin in a sort of, and it's kind of a take on the producers, but not really. It's just like, you could look at it that way. So like, it's on paper, it's a good idea. But yeah, it's Norbert. Doesn't seem very good. I'm thinking of Bowfinger. So Norbert is the one. Oh, Norbert is the one with the big lady that Eddie Murphy plays. It's okay. Yeah, you're right. That can't hold up either. It's funny because he plays a big lady. You see, lady, fat. So that's funny. That's again. There's no way that holds up. The height of hilarity. Lady. Big. It's interesting. There's a part in Big Mama's House. This is the last thing I'll say about this. We are gaining viewers talking about Big Mama's House. There's a part where, speaking of like, oh, it's fat because lady fat, or it's funny because lady fat, or whatever. There's a part towards the beginning of the movie where like Martin Lawrence has snuck into Big Mama's house to like install surveillance and stuff, which is gross, by the way. You're installing cameras and stuff in like an old lady's house. Come on. It's a dumb conceit, by the way. I don't want to get into it. I just want to say this. There's a part where Martin Lawrence is installing surveillance in her house, and she comes back. So he has to hide in the shower. And while he's in the shower, hiding from her, she's pooping because it's funny. A big lady take a poop with the doo-doo. It's funny. So there's that. So there's a back then movies thing. There was always a poop joke. But that's not the part I want to talk about, you see. Shortly afterward, she undresses to get in the shower. And for just a second, there's obviously a body double. It's not like a 90-year-old lady, right? It's an obvious, like, butt double that they show. And it's just like a big butt. It's a big butt. You know, it's a big butt, and it's okay. You know, I don't want to get bonked over here. I don't want to get too crazy. I don't want to get too horny on the stream. But like, it's a big butt. I like myself. I tend to like a big old juice thing. Okay, I'm done with that. But he goes back. Martin Lawrence goes back to Paul Giamatti, who's also like randomly in this movie. He goes back to Paul Giamatti, his FBI partner, and he's like, "I've seen some crazy stuff as an FBI agent. As an FBI agent, I've seen some crazy stuff, man. But that's a lot of." And it's like, you're an FBI agent. Like, you've seen like dead bodies, you've been shot at and stuff. But like this was too. This was too a butt that was big. Was too, come on, I don't know. It's just like everything in the movie is terrible. Especially like when I saw the butt, I was like, okay. So I don't know. What have you guys been saying about all the probably cancelable things that I've been talking? Hey, poop and fart jokes are always funny. Yeah. Favorite butt in MTG? Again, you're just trying to get me canceled. Garrick. It's probably Tybalt. There's a part. Oh my God, I'm still talking about it. There's a part in Big Mama's house where he is an FBI agent undercover as this woman, right? So he goes to church. He goes to her church where everybody knows her, and it's already been established by two different characters at this point in the movie that he does not look like her in this getup, and he does not sound like her in this getup. And he ends up getting up in front of the entire church, like 300 people, and like doing a whole speech and singing and stuff and like dancing. It's like, you're an FBI agent. Like, she goes here every week. They know her. You're gonna blow your cover. What are you doing? I don't know. Okay. We have to stop. We have to stop talking about this movie.